Coming up on the PHLY Eagles podcast on a Friday, it's EJ Smith, Bo Wulf, and some guy who offended Fran. I don't know if I'm going to talk to him. Let's find out next. We'll talk Eagles Commanders, though. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHLY Eagles show, live from the Xfinity studio and presented by Bet365 and Ashley. Bo Wulf, EJ Smith, the professor is here. Who's he going to offend today? How you doing? we don't get a lot of shows the day before an Eagles game, you know.
Yeah,
rare. Good to see you.
How do you guys feel about a Saturday game?
I think we talked about that yesterday. Let's not do the same conversation.
It's interesting.
Again, you know?
It's interesting for Fran to just find all these stats on Next Gen or wherever he finds them, and just not thinking about all of the huge Saturday wins the Eagles have had in the playoffs. I mean, the real important Saturday games.
Wow.
Just saying, 5 in a row. Okay.
The beef continues.
I'm a big beef guy.
Yeah, I guess the playoffs don't count. They just don't matter.
Wow.
Explains why he doesn't like Jalen Hurts too.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Just saying.
Ooh.
Big Jacorian Bennett guy over here.
Getting hot.
EJ, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Am I allowed to say what we were up to before the show?
Yeah.
No, please don't pick off where we left off yesterday. I beg of you. Yeah, we had a nice time, had a nice lunch with a certain handsome podcast host, the one and only Shil Kapadia. So yeah.
You did?
You were there.
I mean,
Where did you have this lunch?
barely.
I don't remember the name of the place. I have to look it up.
No free advertising.
They don't
but,
care about
but
that. I mean, come on.
Oh wow, okay.
Meanwhile, we had to,
Last time I invite you, Bo.
poor Lindsay's here getting the show ready.
Yeah.
We're coming in 25 minutes before.
Yeah.
Someone's got to bang out the ads.
I appreciated that you banged out the ads. You didn't need to make it personal.
All right, let's get to it. Big game last night. Awesome game between the
Yeah.
Rams and the Seahawks. Really fun comeback. Love the overtime going for 2. Now, the playoff picture is a little clearer, Professor. You are the expert here. What were the ramifications for the Eagles? And also, just as you watched that game, I know how you feel because you're a fan. But
yeah, that's what I am. That's all I am.
How did you feel like the Eagles could stack up with those teams?
I mean, when the Rams were ahead by a lot, I was thinking the Rams look like the best team, and Seattle sort of started coming back. I was like, they're probably not going to come back. But I was thinking the best thing to happen would be for the Rams to lose this game, end up not getting the 1 seed, have a kind of somewhat iffy, fraudulent 1 seed, and that's probably what's going to happen now. Both Seattle and San Francisco have full control over the 1 seed now. They play each other in Week 18, and if they keep winning, that last game in Week 18 is going to be for the 1 seed. I think I like that better than the Rams being the 1 seed.
Okay.
Just because it makes it more likely that the Rams lose earlier. It also just makes it more likely that the Eagles, as the 2 or 3 seed, would end up with an unexpected home game in the later round.
I have a counterpoint to that, though. I think I feel better about the Eagles playing at SoFi than I do about them playing at it's Lumen Field now, I believe, in Seattle. I don't know. The Eagles don't have a great record in Seattle, and
I mean, Eagles haven't beaten Seattle anywhere since 2007.
Right, so I feel like if you're telling me that the Eagles have to pick one of them for a road game in the playoffs, I'm picking SoFi Stadium.
I don't agree. I think you play the worst.
I think the team matters. Yeah, I think the team matters more. Of course, the Eagles fans would take over SoFi, but I don't know. I think the odds of Seattle even getting to that game,
you guys are thinking
they're likely going to have to play the Rams to get there.
You're thinking about the confidence you feel in an Eagles-Seahawks matchup. I probably don't have as much confidence in it as you guys.
I also think there is with this Eagles team in particular, as you game out the playoffs, there's kind of like a survivorship bias thing where like if the Eagles got to the NFC Championship game,
Where'd you learn about survivorship bias?
well, I know. If the Eagles got to an NFC Championship game, they would presumably be playing at a level where I think they could beat anybody. And it wouldn't matter. You would just take whichever field. Whereas, like, if we're talking about the first round of the playoffs, then I think you're more worried about the specific conditions. I don't really believe that they're going to get there. But if they get there, they're going to be playing at a high level.
I mean, what do you think? This is a question for you, Deniz. What do you think the most likely path is right now for them to get to playing the road game against either the Seahawks or the Rams? I mean, it's probably
right now, the most likely first round game would be for the Eagles as the 3 seed to host San Francisco. The loser of San Francisco, Seattle, assuming San Francisco, Seattle, like both keep winning, they play each other week 18 for the 1 seed, which is not, it's far from a given that they're going to both keep winning. But if that happens, if the Rams also keep winning, if the Rams keep winning, they will be the 5 seed, and the loser of San Francisco, Seattle would drop all the way down to 6. And that's because in San Francisco's case, they would have a worse record. In Seattle's case, they would lose the tiebreaker to the Rams. So if the Rams keep winning and the Rams' 2 games are against Atlanta and Arizona, then they can't drop to 6. The worst they can be is 5. And so for Eagles fans who want to avoid the Rams in the first round, you basically just need Sean McVay to care about seeding. Now, historically, Sean McVay has not cared about seeding. Last year, he rested everybody in the last game, and he pretty much intentionally fell down to the 4 seed, seeding the 3 seed to Tampa Bay. In the past, he's done the same thing. In 2017, he seeded the last game, fell lower. People thought it was because he was trying to match up with Nick Foles and the Eagles, like in the second round. People were talking about that. They ended up losing the wild card game, so it didn't matter. But that's something that would be very interesting if McVay knows Seattle, San Francisco is for the 1 seed, and so he's not going to get it anyway.
Yeah.
Will he play his starters against Arizona at home? Maybe he can win that game anyway, in order to get the 5 seed. Otherwise, you were talking about the Rams falling to 6, and they could be coming here to get the 3. We should talk about the Eagles' chances of getting the 1 seed and the 2 seed as well. That could still happen, but the most likely path right now,
and
the
is
most
the
likely
Rams,
game is
if
San
the
Francisco
Rams, if the Rams don't care, they go 1-1. Can they still be the 5? If the Niners lose,
they would have to lose before
Okay.
that Week 18 game. Like just them losing that Week 18 wouldn't be enough. Yeah,
But I think
so because the Niners would have the tiebreaker on the Rams, and so what would happen then is like even if they lose that game to Seattle, they would stay above the Rams, and if Seattle loses it, they would just have a better record, and so they'd be above as well.
But like playoff machinations aside, I do feel like I'm picking up from you guys that you both feel pretty good about an Eagles Seahawks matchup, which surprises me. Like one of my takeaways from that game, I feel like my overarching takeaway is that the Rams have had like this weird variance, and I can't decide if it is they just don't have very good special teams. You know, like because I look at it and I go, well, they would have beaten the Eagles if not for the block kicks, and they would have beaten Seattle last night if not for the kickoff return for a touchdown and the missed field goal. But at some point, it's like, okay, like your special teams are part of the equation here. But I still feel like if you're the Rams, the way you've lost games against some of the NFC juggernauts, you feel pretty good about if we play them again, we're banking on not having that volatility. But I also came away from that game feeling a little bit more respect for the Seahawks and the challenge that they present, especially at home.
It was such a weird, crazy game, and you can point to like any part of it and be like, "Wow, they looked good doing this, they looked bad doing that." I keep going back to 2 things. 1, it's Sam Darnold in the playoffs, which we saw last year.
That's fair.
2, it's Clint Kubiak against Vic Fangio, which we saw last year when KK had been scoring 50 points a game and everyone thought it was like the best offense in the world, and Fangio's defense wasn't even good yet. This was before Cooper DeJean was playing. And he just completely shut him down. So I don't know. I think push comes to shove. Like that's the matchup I want. Is the Eagles offense going to struggle against Seattle's defense? Probably. Is the Eagles offense a candidate to struggle against any defense? Like, yeah. And so yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Rams defense is good too. So
yeah,
the defenses didn't.
Going into this Thursday night game, going into last night's game, I was saying that I felt like an Eagles Seahawks playoff game would be 13-9, and it was just a matter of which team scored 13. I mean, seeing them put up 415 yards against the Rams made me a little bit less convicted in that.
Okay, so how about the Eagles' chances of getting the 2 seed, Professor?
Yeah. So let's start with the 1 seed because the 2 seed is,
Okay.
is just, if that's okay. First of all, what can happen this weekend? The Eagles will clinch the NFC East with a win or a Dallas loss. We know that. They'll also clinch the 3 seed. A lot of people have been asking about this. Like, can they clinch the 3 seed and just rest? The Eagles can clinch the 3 seed this week if they win and Carolina loses to Tampa.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the 2 things that would have to happen for the 3 seed, at least the 3 seed, to be locked up. The Eagles will also be completely eliminated from the 1 seed this weekend if they lose, obviously, but also if the Bears and 49ers both win. So the Bears play Green Bay, the 49ers play
Colts.
the Colts, right, exactly. And so if they both win, if San Francisco and Chicago both win, there would be no combination of events that the Eagles could get the 1 seed.
Okay.
Anything else, they're still alive for the 1 seed. They'll be eliminated for the 2 seed if they lose and the Bears win and the Lions lose, which is like this weird thing where they need the Lions to be involved in the tie. Now, in terms of getting the 1 seed, can it still happen? Yes. But the following 6 things all have to happen. And I think it's worth just kind of going through this, not only because it took me hours to figure it out, but because it'll be clear how specific it is.
This is for the 1.
This is for the 1 seed, and this is going to relate to the 2. Needs Seattle to lose twice. They play Carolina and San Francisco. In turn, because San Francisco has to beat Seattle for that first thing to happen, needs San Francisco to lose to Chicago, specifically to Chicago.
Not the Colts?
Not the Colts because it's an AFC game. That doesn't help. Rams have to lose one more time.
Okay.
Atlanta and Arizona. Then one of the following 2 has to happen. Either San Francisco has to also lose to the Colts, or the Bears have to lose to both Green Bay and Detroit. Remember, they have to beat San Francisco, and so they have to lose somewhere else. They'll have to lose both of those if the 49ers don't lose.
Okay.
You then need Chicago to either lose those 2 or they lose 1, and then all the stuff that I just said also happens, and it's a 3-way tie, and the Eagles jump to the top. And on top of all of that, you also need Green Bay to lose once. And they play Chicago, Baltimore, and Minnesota. Probably need them to beat Chicago, and so they would need to basically lose to Baltimore or Minnesota. It's so many things that the odds of it all happening are like 0.3% or something like that. So that's the 1 seed. For the 2 seed, it's much cleaner.
Kiss it goodbye.
For the 2 seed, you either need the Bears to lose twice and Green Bay to lose once. They play each other. They play each other Saturday night.
Yeah.
If they tie, that would be awesome because it would essentially be the same as a loss for both of them because of the way the tiebreakers work. Green Bay already has a tie in their record. It would give them a second tie, and then they could be tied with the Eagles because 2 ties count as the same as a win and a loss according to the NFL. And then it would be the head-to-head would help the Eagles, and then don't have the tiebreaker against the Bears, so a tie would be good with them as well. So that's the easiest path to the 2. You can also get the 2 if the first 3 things I said earlier all happen. Then you could pass the NFC West.
I just have gotten 3 missed calls from unknown numbers since the start of the show, so I'm just a little bit freaked out. I mean, might need to just like make sure my loved ones are okay.
I mean, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I mean, if they call again, go ahead and answer.
All that
different numbers.
In terms of the stuff that has to happen for the 2 seed, if the Eagles win out, according to the Athletic Playoff Simulator, and depending on if you look at different gambling sites and things like that, it's a 45% chance that the Eagles would get the 2 seed.
If they win out.
If they win out. Okay. If they lose 1, it's only a 7% chance that they get it.
Okay.
So, right. I mean, I guess the question would be like, is it worth the, and by the way, you can find all of this on my social media, on Blue Sky or the other app to read the details of this if you'd like. 45% chance of the 2 seed. A lot of people think it's not worth it. They'd rather see the team rest. And I was curious how you guys felt about that part.
Well, I think I think you're allowed to be patient about it. Like, let's wait and see what it sets
what
up
the odds
like
become
in week 18. But
right.
Do I think it would be worth playing your guys to get the 2 instead of the 3 in week 18? Yes, for the reasons we saw last season.
Yeah. No, I think that's right.
Now you can maybe pick and choose. Maybe Lane doesn't have to play. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of think.
I mean, last season the Eagles were able to get the 2 seed and rest guys, right? And so we didn't really see, it was the 1 seed that was out of reach, and so they rested guys and got the 2 seed. Ended up getting to play 3 home playoff games after having the rest, which was nice. Is it different? Like, I don't know.
I think the calculation you're making, and this is what we were talking about before the show, when it goes to McVay and his choices,
right,
it's much less to me about who's going to be a better matchup in the wild card round or whatever, or and maybe even more so than the chance of getting the home game in the NFC Championship game, and more about what maximizes the calculation is what maximizes our chance of getting to the Super Bowl, not what maximizes our chances of getting to the divisional
that should
round,
always
right?
be always be what it is.
And so, like,
and that's why
if you think that those guys really need the rest to set you up for a run to win 3 straight games, then maybe you do take it.
You could make the argument that they do need the rest too. Now,
Yeah.
everything that we've seen from the Eagles all season suggests that they don't feel like pulling back Landon Dickerson or Cam Jurgens to get them healthy is either a viable solution or really something that they've prioritized. But I do think going into that postseason run, I personally would make the argument like getting those guys a week to be ready for that postseason run.
And Claire's in the chat, and she's right. The Eagles have a tremendous luxury here where they can do both, because you sit Jalen Hurts, you play Tanner McKee, it doesn't matter who's on the other side.
Well,
you roll the ball out, they're going to win that game.
We saw it last year. I mean, they won that game. Like, they rested everybody in that game and still won it. They only dressed like 40 guys or something.
Yeah.
like they played like 37 guys in the game or something like that. It was a shockingly well done in terms of like the getting guys rest execution. And they also beat the Giants in that game. So can you beat a checked out Washington team with your backups in that last game? If it comes down to we need the Bears and Packers to both lose the last week, so it's not likely, you know what I mean? And they'll probably put the games at the same time, or they'll put the Eagles first, so they won't know. And so, like, that makes it so that you could probably have it both ways. But yeah.
Now let me drop this take before we get to the first break here.
Okay.
I feel like the further we get removed from the 3-game losing streak and really just how dire things looked for so long, the more you could talk me into this team being the flip switch flip team.
Mr. Recency bias over here. Okay.
I'm maybe. I'm not saying that that's not what I'm talking about here. I do think that as we have like rode the roller coaster of the season, if you get this team to the postseason with the 2 or the 3 seed, I think you will talk yourself into, because how wide open the field is. I think you could talk yourself into it. I'm not saying that I've talked myself completely into it, but it has been hard for me to dismiss that idea, like that this team can't get into the postseason and start to ride that wave a little bit more.
It would be hypocritical of me not to agree with EJ here. I bought my flight and my Airbnb in San Francisco for the Super Bowl this week. May or may not be refundable in both cases, but
have you ever pulled it? People know. Have you ever pulled this move when the Eagles didn't eventually make the Super Bowl?
No, I've pulled this move exactly twice, and the Eagles were in the Super Bowl both those times. This was last year and 3 years ago. I am just a fan, and I'm very biased, but I will say that all the talk in the building about we want to be playing our best football at the end of the year.
Nick says that every year, though.
Yeah, but they the players say it too. I know the players just repeat what he says, but they seem to really believe it. And I think like a short win streak here at the end could convince them that that's what's happening. And so much of like what happens is confidence.
I was about to say,
the defense is actually good. By the way,
so much of the offensive issues.
This is more for the offense.
So much of what ails them on offense is confidence. It is like, do you have a confidence in what you're doing, a belief in what the scheme is that week?
What do we do?
What do we do?
I think
that's sci-fi, by the way. We can talk about that later.
Go ahead. No, EJ was talking.
No, I said we'll talk about the sci-fi thing later. I thought you were like perplexed by where
no.
Go ahead.
Well, someone has to say something. Okay.
Right.
No,
Let's take a break.
That's a good idea.
We've come to a screeching halt there. All right. Gonna hear from some sponsors. On the other side, before we come back, we got a brand new segment for you. Our friend Bill Matz has a little something to say. So check that out on the other side. We'll be back with much more as we turn the conversation to Eagles Commanders specifically. If joint or muscle pain is keeping you from doing the things you enjoy, whether it's walking the dog, working out, just moving comfortably throughout your day, doing your holiday shopping, getting in a fight with EJ, all of that stuff, it's time to get the care you deserve. At Rothman Orthopedics, You will find expert treatment for injuries and chronic conditions alike, with personalized care focused on helping you move better sooner. Listen, it's the winter. Your bones are getting achy. You're getting creaky. You're not moving around as much. Rothman's going to help you. They're going to help you get back to the person that you want to be. How do you do it? I'll tell you how. You visit rothmanortho.com/PHLY to schedule your appointment. That's ROTHMANORTHO.com/PHLY. Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility, our mission. It's the holiday season. We know that you are being very generous. You're getting your gifts. A little tough on the wallet. It's a tough month for the wallet. Well, how can you make sure that you bounce back from that in the new year? I'll tell you how. You use Rocket Money. Because with Rocket Money, you can see all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For the ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate to lower your bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you so you don't have to waste the time going through that hassle. They will deal with customer service for you. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Download the Rocket Money app today and you enter the show PHLY Philadelphia Eagles podcast on the survey so they know we sent you. Don't wait. Download the Rocket Money app today and tell them you heard from us.
First and foremost, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. You're 9-5. You won a game 31-0. You stopped the bleeding. The 3-game losing streak has come to an end. But that's really all you did, right? Yes, you won 31-0. That is impressive on the face of it. But really, you just did what you had to do. You did the thing that was expected of you. This is by no means to denigrate what the Eagles did. I am not trying to take anything away. I am just trying to put it into context. The Las Vegas Raiders have scored the fewest touchdowns in the NFL. They have the 5th worst third down percentage. They have the 8th worst red zone percentage. They are dead last in yards per rush. Their expected points added from the run game is -50, and only 5 teams have allowed more touchdowns. Only 1 team has allowed more rushing touchdowns. This is a terrible effing team that you did what you were supposed to do against. They want Pete Carroll fired. They cannot wait for their offseason to begin. You defeated a team that had no interest in this game from the coin flip on. That is all you did. Now, all you can do is beat the team in front of you, 100%. And again, 9-5, that is the most important thing. But in terms of alleviating my concerns about what you're going to do in the playoffs, because my expectation remains Super Bowl repeat, this game did nothing for my confidence in this team. You still lost 3 in a row. You still scored 26 points in your wins between Green Bay and Detroit. You still blew a 21-0 lead to the effing Dallas Cowboys. You still turned it over 5 times against the Chargers. This doesn't take away any of that. That Black Friday performance against the Bears, no, this doesn't erase that. This simply gets you back on track to where you're supposed to be. The Raiders absolutely stink, and you played like that, like you're supposed to. You beat an already beaten team. But now it is about getting back to where our expectations are, getting back to being a true Super Bowl contender. And guess what? There's nothing you can do against the Commanders that will change my opinion either, because they aren't any good either. Maybe when we go to Buffalo, if you put an impressive performance together, I will have a little bit more confidence in this team's ability to beat high-end competition in meaningful games. But right now, I'm not feeling that, and the win over the Raiders did nothing for it. There's really nothing that will change my opinion until we get to the playoffs. And that's unfortunate because, listen, that's not the Eagles' fault. It's just the schedule's fault. But here we are. You beat the Raiders. Congratulations. But this was by no means is that what you all wanted to see game? This is not a victory lap situation. This is simply beating a team that it would have been season ending to lose to.
There you go. The intro. We got Billadelphia, part of the Eagles show, presented by Togo. Thanks to Bill.
Yeah, love Bill.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? I see your enemies in the chat.
It's been
Franemy?
Hi, Fran. It's all good.
So you say.
Well,
you can't say
listen. More on that in a bit.
How are you feeling about Fran in a fight? Like you and me, it was maybe like
Fran is 100% correct. He would kick my ass. I can't win a fight. I've never gotten in a fight in my life. I would also lose to you in a fight, EJ. We've been through
We
this.
wouldn't fight. I don't think you would.
I don't think we would fight either. That's right.
There's.
I would just turn around and
a scenario.
I would turn around and run. I mean, Fran's intense.
Fran seems like. I mean, I feel like I can say this with confidence. It's probably just a fact. 15 years ago, I think I would have been really afraid of Fran.
It's bubbling under the surface with Fran. He could
he's
switch
got,
on the anger.
he's got. I mean,
Just
it's like
watch him
that,
play Swooper.
It's that right? Yeah, he has an intensity during Swooper.
Yeah.
He'll look at you and it's like this guy looks like he could punch me in the face right now.
But I think we all know the person here who would kick anybody's ass.
Well, I mean, you're talking about Lindsay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lindsay. She's
Not
awesome.
even a smile. Not even a smile.
Scared of
from
Lindsay.
I wasn't listening to anything you were saying. I just heard my name and I
Lindsay,
looked
how
up.
many fights have you been in?
Physical fights?
Yeah, actual fights.
Like 0.
Yeah, because everybody knows they're.
Everyone knows
kick
not
their
to mess
ass.
with you.
I have 2 sisters, so we did mental warfare growing up, not physical.
I had 2 sisters, and I can attest to that. My sister one time slammed a remote into the back, into my back, so hard that I couldn't breathe.
Wow.
My favorite story of this, I don't even remember who it was, but there's the difference in fighting between a boy and a girl, a brother and sister. The brother hit the girl with something, whatever it was. And so the girl responded, the daughter responded by going on her dad's phone and deleting all the pictures of the son.
Oh,
no. Wow.
Speaking of a brother hitting a sister, I'm going to save it for Bovertime. I have a very good story for this.
Can't wait.
I mean, I'll tease a little bit of it that I was like a toddler when it happened. But yeah, it's a doozy of a story.
Super chat from SRG. Any truth to the rumor? Deniz said he wouldn't come in today if Fran was in studio.
This is just shocking to me that this is a thing. And I'm gonna again more on it in a bit.
Wow, he's got a whole thing planned.
Well, I wouldn't say a whole thing. Real quick, the things that are at stake this week with this Eagles games. I'll talk about that. Everyone knows it would be the first repeat NFC East winner since 2004.
Yes.
I think every player was asked about it 50 times this week, how they feel about that. And they were 3 years old when it happened last. I don't know why they're supposed to feel anything about it. Quinyon Mitchell, how do you, can you believe this? And he's never not won the Super Bowl.
Who does he
What are you
care?
talking about? Yeah. It would also be the 5th straight season in the playoffs, which would tie a franchise record. Is the only time the Eagles had made the playoffs 5 years in a row was 2000 to 2004. It's notable that it's the first 5 years of Nick Sirianni's tenure here. It would also be the first time they've ever been in the playoffs in 8 out of 9 seasons. That has never happened in franchise history. 8 out of 9 seasons, and that would also be tied with the Chiefs and probably the Bills for most in the NFL in this last stretch of 9 seasons. And Sirianni would tie Greasy Neal for the second most wins as an Eagles head coach, needing 18 fewer games to do so. Now, there's been some dispute about this. People have been like, it says Greasy Neal has 61 wins, not 58. Well, here's the thing. 3 of those wins came as head coach of the Steagles during World War II when they combined the Eagles and the Steelers. And so I don't think of that as Eagles wins. I mean, that's the Steagles. It's not the Eagles.
Yeah.
And so with the Eagles, Greasy Neal, 58, 39, and 4. Nick Sirianni, 57 and 25. He would be second behind only Andy Reid. He would need another 72 wins to get to Andy Reid. So there you go.
How do you get the nickname Greasy?
It's the best. It is every time. It is the best. It's so funny.
Now, in talking about all this stuff that the Eagles can achieve,
Stinky Todd. It's just like any Greasy Neal.
Greasy Neal's really good. What makes you assume it's not his real name?
It's not. I looked it up. Alfred Earl Greasy Neal.
That's great. It must have been
It's
like
also
his hair,
good, but it works very well because Neal is also a first name. So
Oh, there you go.
you know what I mean? Like,
Is it? It's not a full sentence though.
no.
No. Yeah. Unfortunate. It's too bad.
Yeah, Eagles great head coach. Smelly Frank.
Oh, can you guys name, by the way? So it'll be Reed, Neal, Sirianni. Can you guys name the next people on the list with most wins as an Eagles head coach?
Next people on the list?
Yeah, after Andy Reid, Greasy Neal, and Nick Sirianni.
I would guess.
And Pat Shermer doesn't count.
No, he counts. He's just not next.
Is Doug fifth?
No.
Wait, is it winning
Doug is
percentage or
sixth.
all-time wins?
All-time
Sixth.
wins.
Okay, I apologize.
Okay.
So Doug was next.
No, Doug was sixth.
Okay, so we're missing one.
I feel like Vermeil was not there long enough.
Vermeil is fourth.
He is
Yeah,
fourth.
Nick
54 and
I
47.
should have known that.
Oh,
You
that's
just
right.
passed
Okay.
it. Or
Yeah, he
Nick
passed
just
Nick Vermeil earlier
Okay.
this year.
Okay. And then so is the next one. I feel like Buddy is ahead.
Buddy is one ahead of Doug.
Oh wow.
43, 35, and 1. Doug, 42, 37, and 1. Can you get number 7?
It's not Ray Rhodes.
It is not Ray Rhodes.
Deniz, why don't you just
Sorry,
close your
it's 'cause
laptop and
yeah,
send
sorry,
the
it's 'cause I
whole
don't
thing
want
out?
them to see.
Is it
Is it-
Slippery Joe?
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit fried at the end of the week. Have we said Chip Kelly?
No, it's not Chip Kelly.
Okay, I just wanted to, for the sake of the podcast, trying to throw a name out there.
I mean the way you're asking is
It's surprising. People get surprised. They're like, "What is he doing on the list?" Not that old.
I'm
Not
about to say,
that
is it a coach that coached during my lifetime?
it can't be.
No. Well, wait, hold on. What year were you born?
94.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, depends on what month you were born.
I'm about to say, who was the coach the year that I was born? Well, who was the coach when Jeffrey Lurie bought the team?
That's the answer.
It wasn't Ray Rhodes.
Oh no.
I thought it would have been.
What's his name?
You guys are young, man. I remember
I know
Rich
who it is.
Kotite declining the penalty in punting. 36 and 28. Rich Kotite is the seventh most. Okay, there it is.
People are upset at Chip Kelly. It was a bad guess.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move things along here. Let's take our second break. We're going to come back and actually have a conversation about football. There's a new jerky in town. That's right, our friends at Righteous Felon Craft Jerky. These guys have been running a flavor racket for over a decade, slinging bold, rebellious, small batch meat snacks made with real ingredients and zero shortcuts. And today, we're talking about the meat sticks. 4 flavor-packed sticks that go way beyond the usual gas station suspects. These are clean label snacks made with real ingredients and zero filter. You got the OG hickory, deep hickory smoke, rich beef flavor, no nonsense, straight savory, and seriously satisfying. You got the fiery habanero. You got the pepper turkey and the street taco pork, the Al Pastor, pork pineapple, and taco-style seasoning that hits like an Al Pastor taco off the street corner. It's a total flavor bomb. So here's what you need to do. Go check out Righteous Felon anywhere you get your meat snacks. Righteous Felon, high protein, bold flavor, no BS. Elkins Chevrolet is run by not one, not two, but 3 brothers. 3 brothers, real brothers, who also happen to be big-time Birds fans. So this holiday season, they're making sure that you get a deal that will feel just as good as an Eagles win. And we're not talking about eking out a win over the Commanders or something like that. We're talking about a playoff win, okay? They've got a big inventory of Chevy trucks and SUVs, and there's no better time to grab one at a price that won't last, whether it's getting to the game, to work, or hitting the holiday road. You will roll into the new year and the perfect ride at the perfect price. Elkins Chevrolet, real brothers, real deals, and a whole lot of honking good service. Elkins Chevrolet, Route 73 South in Marlton, New Jersey. I'm telling you, you want a Chevy? There's only one place to go. That's checking out the brothers at Elkins Chevrolet. Shop now at elkinschevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. Back in the PHLY Eagles podcast, Bo, the professor, EJ, Deniz, let me ask you, do you believe in life after love? Do you believe
I thought we were going to talk about football.
in the Eagles turning this thing to an under center offense?
Yeah, it's a good question. So much has been made of the under center stuff, and like watching the film, also just watching in the stands, like it was kind of annoying me how much first down under center runs there were.
Yeah.
Because they weren't good. Like they weren't successful, right? And so like, you know, the game starts, first snap, they run this under center counter with Cam Latu in with that spear motion that that, you know, Sean Syed talked about this week. Like this is a Shanahan thing. We wanted to see more Cam Latu. I'm glad that's Cam Latu as the lead blocker in counter instead of Grant Calcaterra as the wrapper, you know, that kind of stuff. Fine. But they ran that same exact counter play 2 more times on the drive. Those 3 plays got 1 yard, 3 yards, and 0 yards. And the amount of like praise that the Eagles have gotten for running this counter play and running this under center play and like having it be different. When it got 1 yard, 3 yards, and 0 yards on first down each time, like what are we praising and celebrating here? Oh, but it set up the play action, they say. Did it? The Eagles didn't run a single play of play action until the 3rd drive of the game. Jalen Hurts only ran 4 snaps of under center play action the whole game. Tanner McKee ran 2 later. There were 8 under center runs before the very first under center play action pass. Of those 8 runs, none of them got first downs. Only 2 of them were successful. 2 of them got negative yards. Another 3 got 0 or 1 yards. Those 3 plays from the counter play that I'm talking about all came from the exact same formation and motion. And by the end, the Raiders, the terrible Raiders defense was all over it. They like knew exactly what was coming. They ran 3 mid-zone runs from under center using the exact same formation and the same Devontae Smith motion, different than the counter formation. So you could tell exactly what that was either. Those weren't good either. The last one went for -3 because they had already completely gotten out of it. Is it worth all of those inefficient runs to set up 4 under center play action passes that happened to work in this game against possibly the worst defense in football?
Yeah.
3 of those 4 successful plays, I think Fran did a great job of breaking down the one where it actually the play action mattered.
Well, that's
the other 3. I learned like, you know, everything from Fran, which is why I don't understand like you know what the beef
Why
is.
you would take
more
shots
on that in a
picked.
bit. But here's the thing, I never said he was cherry picking. Lindsay, this is a good time to play the clip.
Oh, round
Let's
the
play
clip.
the clip of
Round
what I
the clip.
actually said, and then we can talk about it.
Hey, Jalen, we're going to open it up this week. Grip it and rip it, baby.
And he's just like,
And he's
not
like,
going to be
okay.
careful anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like there were still some turn downs. I mean, Fran broke down the one on the man beater where Devontae Smith is open in the middle.
Tough one.
I just think like every single quarterback in the NFL has plays like that.
Sure.
Like, you know, like you watch Mahomes closely enough, like which I certainly did going into the Super Bowl last year. Like he has those too. Like it's like, man, that guy was wide open. Why didn't he throw it? Like, so to talk about like, you know, with the magnifying glass, cherry picking like the plays that didn't go well, you're always going to get that. And, you know, that's just something where like I definitely blame the coaches more than I blame Jalen for the offense's woes. And I think I've made that pretty clear throughout the years here. I mean, talk about a case of, what is it? The lady doth protest too much. Like, what are we talking about?
Calling Fran.
I wasn't talking about Fran. I was talking about people who cherry pick plays to make a quarterback look bad and that you could do it with Patrick Mahomes. It was literally in that context. The only reason Fran is even mentioned in that clip is because I wanted to give him credit for talking about a play on which Jalen Hurts missed that one guy. Because I didn't want,
right.
He's absolutely not right. What are we talking about?
He's right.
Also,
you mentioned that he breaks down that play, and then a sentence later, you're talking about you could cherry pick bad plays for any quarterback and turn downs for any quarterback.
Mahomes. Also, not only that, but it was the entire city was blaming Jalen Hurts. It was in that context. Were you here for the rest of the show? We were talking about, did you guys have a show earlier in the week where you asked if Jalen Hurts should be benched? I mean, like, we're talking about an entire city attacking Jalen Hurts because he threw some interceptions. And I was just saying, like, yeah, there were actual plays that he messed up in that game. I agree. I thought that breakdown by Fran was good and correct.
I do
But
not
you
think.
thought he
I do not
cherry-picked it.
think going to the tape was the right move.
I think his tape backfired.
Are you kidding me? Also, you guys, are you in middle school? Like, Fran accuses me of saying that he said that he was cherry picking, which, first of all, is absolutely false. I was not talking about him. Second, you guys, without any evidence or anything, are just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop sending Deniz the media schedule. Oh yeah, like I'm gonna give Deniz a wedgie the next time I see him. Like, are you guys in 7th grade?
I sent
What are
you
you
the media
talking
schedule.
about?
I don't know what I have to do with this.
Yeah, look, I can get the media schedule. Okay, I don't need you to send it to me. Also,
Ask me.
well, in case they're taking fan questions at the pressers, I need to know when they are.
In the chat,
And also-
he's doubling down harder than Puka did.
Oh, just absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for the people in the chat who are correctly saying that I'm correct here. Unbelievable. And there are 2 other clips that I was going to send Lindsay, but I didn't want to give her extra work, in which Fran blames first Jalen Hurts and then me for his swooper struggles. Okay? He says, oh, the only reason you're winning, EJ, is because Deniz gave that stupid item that you got a point from every week. And then he also said, oh, Jalen Hurts had just like thrown the slant on the RPO. Yeah. Then Thomas Booker wouldn't have gotten a TFL. What about the fact that Cam Jurgens just let Thomas Booker beat him in the backside A-gap on that play? Is it really just on Jalen Hurts? Or can we break down that play and maybe blame Cam Jurgens for getting beat by a guy who was in front of him, swimming behind him to get a TFL, who hadn't gotten a TFL all year? We can blame anybody for anything. Fran obviously needs to blame Jalen Hurts. I would not have thought this, and I did not say that he was cherry-picking beforehand, but given how much he protested and given that he claimed that I said he was cherry-picking, I now understand the real situation here. He is so upset about his swooper struggles, and he thinks that Jalen Hurts and me are the 2 main people who are culprits, and I can totally see how this all came together in his head. And you 2, go back to 7th grade.
Deniz, I sent you the media schedule. I was nice to you all week.
Listen, EJ, it's too late now. Okay? Listen, I can get the media schedule, all right?
I don't know what I did wrong.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I tried to explain what you did wrong, but what can I do? I mean,
all right, we have a graph to break down the early center, under center on early down.
That felt good.
That you can that you can tell us about.
Just sitting there minding my own business, getting ready to annotate swooper for you losers. And all I get is like, oh yeah, Deniz, like, yeah, he sucks. Screw you guys. All right.
All right, let's flash up that graphic.
Yeah, the thing is, like, all this praise the Eagles are getting,
under center early downs.
All this praise the Eagles are getting for marrying the 2 things together. This is a graph which is a little bit hard to explain, but like, it's basically how much are teams under center when they run on one axis and how much are they under center when they pass on the other axis. And that red line is the one that, like, no team is on the other side of the line. Like, no one, throws more from under center than they run from it. But the teams close to that red line, or the teams you'd expect, are the ones would be there, like the Rams, the Packers, the Bears. Those are the teams who marry these 2 things the best. The Eagles, you can see on the graph, are nowhere near the red line. They don't, they basically just don't throw it from under center enough. This last Raiders game, they were a little bit closer to that line, but again, so many unsuccessful runs to get to it. And I just don't think that it's worth it. And the thing with the unsuccessful runs, too, is it gets you in 2nd and long, which the Eagles are terrible at.
Yeah.
It gets you into 3rd down, which they were good at last year. They're not good at this year. And Sirianni and Patullo, week in, week out, keep talking about, and this is a pet peeve of mine, Bo, like, get to 3rd and manageable. Get to 3rd down. EJ, just curious, do you know what the 3rd down distance has to be in order for the conversion on 3rd down to be more likely than it was for you to convert when it was just 1st and 10? Like, what does the 3rd down distance have to be for you to be in a better position than you were when you were in 1st and 10? And I'm excluding 4th down conversions from this, just to convert by 3rd down.
League wide or for the Eagles?
League wide, last 5 years.
You wouldn't be asking me if it was like 3rd and 4. So I'm going to guess 3rd and 7.
No. Way lower. I think 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2.
Would he be asking us if it was 3rd and 2?
Yes, that's why he would be asking.
That's the whole point.
Oh, I misunderstood the
whole point is that getting to 3rd and manageable is a complete fallacy. That, like, all of the analytics nerds know this. The league-wide conversion rate by 3rd down, when you just have 1st and 10,
yeah,
is 68%. 68% of the time, you end up getting the first down when you just have 1st and 10. The conversion rate on 3rd and 1 is 69%.
Yeah.
Really?
The same. Like 3rd and 1 is only as good as where you started. Like you haven't accomplished anything if you got 3rd and 1. You just made it come down to one play instead of having it come down to more. Now, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, et cetera, that's a different story. But that's part of the numbers as well. I didn't added the 4th down numbers to the other one. 3rd and 2 conversion rate, 57%.
Really?
3rd and 3, 50%. People think 3rd and 3 is manageable. You get 3rd and 3 50% of the time. 3rd and 4, 48% of the time teams convert on that compared to 68% when it was 1st and 10. So no, it is not an accomplishment to get to 3rd and manageable. I've called 3rd downs makeup tests before, and good students don't need makeup tests, right? They ace the first test. And when you look at this, even this last game, as dominant as the Eagles were, and the high points per drive, EPA per drive, all that, they needed 3rd down on 4 straight sets of downs to start the game. They got bailed out by a ticky-tack PI call on one of them. They needed 3rd down on over half the series for the game overall. They're 20th in avoiding 3rd down for the season, right? They need 3rd down 54% of the time. By comparison, the Rams only need it 40% of the time, for example, right? Like good offenses don't need 3rd down. And so like when we talk about how bad they are on 2nd and long and all these kinds of things, like I understand running the ball these last few weeks because you need the reps. Like Jason Kelce was on the radio yesterday talking about how he'd like to see the Eagles run as much as possible because he thinks they should have that available in the playoffs because the run game is all about reps. I think the pass game's just as much all about reps, isn't it? I mean, like I'm like as a center, he's probably thinking like the run game is
so much from Eagles wide receivers about the timing being off in the pass game and like the cohesion not being there. And yeah, that's like game reps are how you get there, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's true. Like, but like for him as a center, like I'm sure he thinks, like it's important, like to practice the double team blocks and all those things. But like, I think reps are important to the, And Fran's saying, despite all this, Deniz still got his trip booked for the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Like, I still think watching those two teams last night, if those are the main two teams that are the competition, it's going to be the kinds of playoffs where every game is basically a coin flip. So it can still happen just because the defense is good, because you can get those explosives from A.J. Brown, because you will maybe involve Jalen Hurts in the run game more. It was nice to see a little bit more of that this last game. 4 designed runs for Jalen Hurts this time, the most he had in a long time. So I thought there were some good things, but like I just wanted to like
so all of that is to say
a little bit on the under center.
The under center has changed their effectiveness.
Also, I was texting with
it does. I mean, to the things you're saying, where even although those plays look the same, it does feel. I mean, they're cosplaying as an under center offense when they're going under center. It is not who they are in their bones.
Well, it's like there's nobody on the staff that really majors in that.
I see someone in the chat saying 3rd and manageable isn't about analytics, it's about playbook options. All these numbers like embed they're all embedded. Like you were able to call anything you wanted and you still only convert at 69% of the time on 3rd and 1. So I just think like if you, and the Eagles, by the way, have not been good on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 this year. They're 23rd in the league, despite the tush push, which hasn't been as good this year. So when you include the penalties
they haven't run a regular tush push in the last 2 games. Right?
They ran one this last game.
Oh, that's right. They ran one.
They run it out of 14 personnel now. They've gotten rid of all the wide receivers. They bring in PHLY too. They had Goddard as a single pusher from the side, which was a little bit different. But I really wish that they had done this earlier. Tried to incorporate under center play action earlier. And I wish they could do it the way that the Bears do it, for example, where the under center play action formations look the same as the under center run formations. Yeah. I was texting with Fran earlier this week about that. I was like, Fran, like, doesn't it like worry you that like it's not even the same formation? Yeah. Like you ran this run 3 times and then the first under center play action play is actually a little bit different. And he said that wasn't that big a deal for him. Like, and I can see why. Like I'm there sitting there, well,
especially if it's early,
writing it down
in this supposed evolution. It'll be worse if that remains the case over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, that's true. This is kind of related to that. They don't vary formations very much at all within the game.
Yeah,
like they have a look for the week.
Yeah,
and they run it over and over again. So this week it was the Cam Latu spear motion play, and it was like the exact same formation, exact same motion, exact same play. And then they do a changeup off of it where it's a toss. But if you look carefully, it's a slightly different formation when they run the toss. They do a changeup off of it where they run the shovel pass, but it's a different formation when they run the shovel pass. Like it's never exactly the same. And when you look carefully at the McVay, the Ben Johnson, like the Shanahan, like all those coaches. It is the exact same
Yeah.
formation. Like it does look exactly the same. And so they haven't majored in that. And so that's not going to be something that they're going to be able to do really well. And they're just kind of, Lindsay, do we have that other graphic about the like how often they've been going under center?
Yep.
When you look at under center and heavy personnel, we have this, I think it's the other one, yeah. You can see that the Eagles have like pretty much all of the wins this year have been the ones where they've been heavy personnel and heavy under center. Like all those green circles are wins and the red circles are losses. And the red circles are all in the area where they were like 11 personnel shotgun. And this is just neutral situations in 1-score games. So this isn't because they were behind or whatever. Like I excluded all of those. If you look at that, you can say like, well, they should be heavy personnel under center more. But again, like it's not, the causality isn't, I'm not sure. Like I think they'll look at this and they'll say like we should do this. Like we lost 3 games in a row trying the 11 personnel stuff.
Yes.
And then in the Raiders game they went back to the under center stuff and it worked. And so I'm guessing this is what we're going to see the rest of the way. I'm just worried that when push comes to shove against a good defense, they're going to be running their heads into a wall and ending up in 3rd and 8 all the time. And then, there's no marriage between the run and the pass at all at that point. So
all right, time to take our last break. On the other side, a little AJ Brown nugget to keep your eye on. More from the professor. Do you really want Jalen Hurts returning punts? Even Devontae Smith? No. Don't be daft. It is a waste of time, money. It's too risky. You keep your stars focused on doing the things that they do best. The same goes for your business. You don't want your top people buried in operations, the tedious, time-consuming, redundant activities that wear the team down. No. Keep your impact players fresh so they can focus on putting points on the board. That's where Togo comes in, an integrated part of your team, taking that work off your starters' plates so they can focus on what really moves the business forward. Each Togo program includes dedicated staff, custom automations, and US-based process engineers who act as your quarterback, giving you complete control, total transparency, and instant efficiency. At Togo, turning your playbook into performance. You call the plays, we execute your way, and advise you along the journey. Visit harnesstogo.com. Scale smarter, work faster, and stay focused on winning. So the other day, we had Hogue on the show. Adam Hogue from CHGO, covers the NFL. And right beforehand, I was talking to my buddy Ray, and he says to me, "Hey, Bo, you should say something about the wives not wanting to watch football." And I don't know why I listened to him. It was so stupid. But that's not the Shady Ray we're talking about here. We're talking about the Shady Rays, the best sunglasses company in the game. And here's the wild part about Shady Rays. Top quality product, but the best customer service in the industry to boot, okay? If you lose your sunglasses, if you break your sunglasses, Shady Rays will replace them for you just like that. Easy. The best. So now you can actually wear your sunglasses without fear. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. And we have teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Back on the PHLY Eagles podcast. The chat has weighed in via poll.
Chat has spoken.
A nice 69%.
Nice.
Saying that they are on hashtag Team Deniz, 31% on Team Fran.
Surprises me.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's 31%. It's really high. I mean, it's disappointing. Thought we had reasonable viewers.
All right, AJ Brown.
Yeah, I thought the touchdown to AJ Brown, the follow the mic'd up with Nick Sirianni, right after it. You better say great effing design. Will Shipley on the outside. Fran broke this one down already. You get AJ Brown in the slot with Jeremy Chin over him. Yes, like more of that. Like please. Like the post safety is cheating to the other side for some reason. I thought it was cool on the Eagles mic'd up that they posted. They're talking on the sideline about they said 26 is going to do something, and they were all over on my side. And Dallas was like, I was open too. Like I don't know why they were cheating away from AJ Brown.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown's on a safety, but in any case, that's a play where AJ Brown catches that ball from the slot. On the drive before the touchdown, he caught a 14-yard slant on 3rd and 8. Dallas Goedert ran the little kind of looky route inside of him, where he was started in the slot and motioned outside, which I thought was kind of set that play up as well. And so it made me kind of wonder, like, how often has AJ Brown been in the slot this year? I mean, he's been in the slot very little. We have a graphic, Lindsay. AJ Brown has only been in the slot on 10.8% of his snaps this year. It was 30% back in 2022, down to 25, then down to 19, and now down all the way to 11. Just 75 snaps in the slot the whole season, 14 targets, 102 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. 79 of those 102 yards, by the way, came in the last two games. Now we had the interception, of course, to the D tackle against the Chargers when he was in the slot, but more A.J. Brown in the slot would be really nice. I think one of the reasons that the number got so low last year is because they were so run heavy that they don't want A.J. Brown being like the wide receiver who's helping with the run blocking inside.
Makes sense.
You know, they'd actually prefer to have Devontae Smith in there, like to block the safety or whatever. So I think that was one of the reasons he kind of came out of the slot last year. But I mean, when they're throwing the ball, like in those situations where it's third and pass, like I really do wish that they used him in the slot more. I mean, it's something that they can get mismatches that way, and we've seen them do it. And to me, like, you know,
Well, it's interesting because my first thought is to look at Devontae's.
I have Devontae's
Right.
too.
And it's funny because
This has gone up.
Right. As AJ's have gone down every year,
Right.
Devontae's have gone up every year.
Right.
21.5 in 2022, 24%, 47.5% last year, and now 54% of the time.
Yeah.
He's in the slot.
And 51 targets from the slot for Devontae this year. Yeah.
Which this used to be one of my pet things. That this was their skeleton key on offense, putting Devontae Smith in the slot, and now it's almost like they've stopped rotating them, and so
you wrote it an article you wrote about like Devontae?
I think so.
Out of empty, like how effective he was out of empty.
Yes.
And the thing with like people might be thinking like, well, if he's in the slot, is he going to be in the middle of the field? Jalen doesn't like to throw it in the middle of the field. Well, I mean, that touchdown looked pretty good. He ripped it up the seam, as he said himself. But also, like, just because you start in the slot doesn't mean you're going to end up in the middle of the field.
Sure.
I mean, like, A.J. Brown can run those routes like that go out from the slot as well, where you have that initial mismatch against a safety or against maybe a nickel who might not be their best corner cover guy. If they bring in the corner, it can be a coverage tell. Like, there are all kinds of advantages from it. I'm not saying do it all the time, but 11% like seems a little low. And he had an awesome year in 2022. Like 30% of the snaps coming from the slot that year. He had 18 targets from the slot. It wasn't that many targets, maybe, but just the fact that he was there, he had 4 touchdowns from the slot in that season in 2022 as well. I just wish that they would do that a little bit more. I mean, like it's a very simple thing to change, and I think that it would be nice to see.
It is indicative of something that is very clear about just the way that they put the offense together. And this is easy for me to say, and maybe it's results driven, but it doesn't look like they're having fun putting the plan together. You know what I mean?
There's not stuff they're excited for. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, like let's move these guys around, let's switch their places. It's like there's no excitement to it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right, I guess we got to do this. Okay, let's just trust AJ to win on the outside. And maybe that's unfair, but that's how it feels.
Did you guys watch the JT O'Sullivan
I haven't watched it yet.
Patreon? He did the whole game of Jalen against the Chargers, and at one point he was just like, all of these plays look like they were like designed for people who hate each other. I thought it was like a very interesting way to say it. Like, because he at that point it had just been driving him crazy, like all the Hank and all the inverted Hank and all that stuff. And watching those JT O'Sullivan things with the Eagles is always very funny. Like, because everyone watching like knows like he hates the offense, and he always talks about the offense. And he had a lot of criticism of the pass protection communication as well. Like, he was like, I would hate this if I were a quarterback. And you've got like the left guard is getting involved, and the center's pointing to one guy, the right guard's pointing to another guy, the running back's like, you know, slapping his calf. Like, what does that mean? He's like, you shouldn't have 7 different people signaling at the same time, because there's no way they can all be like listening to each other.
Right.
And that also goes back to what we say about why they snap the ball with 1 second left on the clock every play. It's because, like, you know, 8 different people have to weigh in on the thing, and it's not even that complicated a look a lot of the time. So, yeah.
Lindsay?
But I agree. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it's within the last minute. It's from 59 to 60.
Bovertime is really just
No, but I like to hit the graphic so that it doesn't come back to you and then cut off.
Okay, so you want to hit the graphic at exactly
At, like,
60.
Well, like 5 seconds before, so they know to go to YouTube.
we have the Bovertime yips. Like, we were doing this
Yeah.
fine,
I
and
don't
now
have the yips. I've been doing it all along the way that I was told to do it.
I think the chat knows the yips are happening here. It's 59 minutes. The show just like hits a grind. It grinds to a screeching halt. I don't see the thing anymore.
I'll continue to say it. I've never understood overtime or Bovertime, and I still don't. No one's ever fully explained it to me. I don't know what we're doing.
At this point, it's kind of a fun bit.
Yeah, I'm not explaining
Well,
it now.
Deniz, we can explain it more to you
In
Lindsay time.
I like Lindsay time.
Yeah, I like Lindsay time.
It's never. Will we ever get an EJ? EJ time doesn't really.
No, probably not.
EJ had some time in Julie's office yesterday.
You know, my.
you got called to the principal's office?
No. I should no.
Wow, this proves that
curious now.
Deniz doesn't watch the show every day.
A certain loved one of mine.
Oh, the lotion thing. Are you kidding? I watched the show.
A certain loved one of mine told me that I should rebuke the nickname Lotion Boy and instead adopt Smooth Operator. And I like that. So, to put that on social, man, just for everybody to see, caught in 4K.
Okay. What's your story about hitting your sister?
I was very young, and I'm not proud of this, but it is like part of the Smith family lore. I was probably 3 or 4 years old. I was still in daycare, and my parents were late to pick me up from daycare, like really late. Like, you know, the teacher staying after with me.
Okay, throwing them under the bus. Okay.
It's just part of the story. It's an important part of the story. So I was really off. Like, I don't know. Did you ever experience that?
Love somebody so much.
Have you ever experienced that? Have your kids ever experienced that? Like being the last
Yeah,
person
of
at daycare. It's not especially when you're a little kid, it's not great.
Yeah.
So I get home and I'm sort of off, you know, just a little bit upset and whatever. And my oldest sister was really like picking at me. You know, she's just messing with me. So the second I get in the door, right? Kind of like you. You're always just trying to get under my skin,
What
right?
are you talking about? I love you. I do nothing but gas you up.
And I was building like a Lego thing, and my sister kicks the Lego thing like it's something out of a movie, right?
Here we
Like
go.
knocks the whole Lego thing over. So I was done. I had enough. So I go and I get a wiffle ball bat and I get a step stool that I use to like wash my hands in the sink. And again, I'm like 3 years old. I need people to understand this part of the story. It's not like a 14-year-old.
This is a story that you don't remember. It's been told back to you.
Yes, I will know. You know how like a traumatic memory like sticks with you a little bit?
Right.
I have vague memories of it, but the story has been told so many times. So my sister, she kicked the Legos. She walks into her room. She's like doing like her makeup in the mirror. I put the step stool down behind her. I get up on the stool and I tap her on the shoulder. And she turns around and I hit her right in the nose with the wiffle ball bat. It's not funny. It's not funny.
You're laughing.
Wait,
What were the ages here?
So yeah, my sister's 11 years older than me.
Okay.
So she's probably 14 and I'm like 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's not funny.
She didn't know what time it was.
oh man.
She needed to know what time it was. The funny part of the story is actually that I broke my sister. Well, I broke my sister's nose. That's not the funny
You
part.
broke her nose?
I broke her nose, and her nose is really like it's bleeding. And she like grabs the first thing she can find to like stop the bleeding. And when my mom comes up the stairs, my mom goes, "Are you using our good towels for that?" Like my mom was appalled that my sister would use the good towel to stop up the blood. And when the story gets retold, usually I'm not the villain of the story.
Right.
But
I'm surprised a wiffle bat could do that much damage.
I mean, close
I'm a
range.
3-year-old.
And, you know, my dad always said baseball is my best sport. So, you know.
Must have had good form there. If you're,
3 years old. I mean, that's a good.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
good.
Dead on too.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think if your kids are obviously probably much more, you know, civilized with
it's
their
not that
interactions.
far.
But if you you don't have the age gap.
Yeah. I mean,
As a parent,
the
how would you feel
14-year-old
about this?
Can't be messing with the 3-year-old like that.
Yeah, it's a big
You
age
need
gap.
the 14-year-old to have a little bit.
But you're 14. I don't know.
Yeah, but
kids
just
fight.
kicking over the Lego, you are kind of asking for it.
I'm not proud of the story, but again, I was 3. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think 3 are good. I mean,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to put it out there, I got to make space and say I'm sorry to my sister, Nicole.
You know who else has to say sorry? Fran. He spelled my name wrong. Have to call him out. Have to call him out. And like
Tough day for Fran.
now I'm like, what does he have me in his phone as? Has he spelled it wrong all these years?
It's not like he doesn't see it written.
Oh,
He's
man.
known
I
you
might have
longer
to
than
be
we
Team
have, too.
Deniz now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these years, I've been in
All
his
these
phone
years. Wow.
wrong.
By the way, we got some feedback
Uh-oh.
on the Taylor Swift story. People didn't understand where there's a connection between you and Fran. I don't think we've ever explained that you also worked at the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we worked at
That's
the
the
Eagles
connection.
together, and Brenna, who does the flyer show.
As defensive coordinator?
Yeah, that was me, and he was offensive coordinator.
Yes.
So.
So there you go.
Speaking of defensive coordinator, I had one nugget on the defense.
Let's hear it.
Or I guess two nuggets, but the current defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, was taking fan questions this week, and was asked about the Quinyon Mitchell playing to the boundary, which he's now done in 6 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, in terms of the advantages, he said it simplifies it a little bit instead of flipping every other play, but it's still something we talk about every week, how we might do it. I thought that was interesting because like last year, it was like Slay on the left, Quinyon on the right, regardless of who the other team is. This year, it's been all over the place until the last 6 weeks, where it's been Quinyon to the boundary the whole time. I think he's, for the most part, found the formula and the advantages of playing him to the boundary. We've talked about some of these, but like it's really kind of stuck out these last few weeks. It's
especially since it's the bye.
The last 6 games.
Last 6 games. It's as
It's
if they made a
exactly
choice.
it's exactly since the bye. Now the things that it's done, right? It's protected Adoree Jackson from some of those quick throws against off coverage.
Yeah.
He plays further off than Quinyon does, because he doesn't trust that he's not going to get beat deep as much. A lot of corners play off in the NFL. That's fine. But some teams were taking those short throws against him, especially on third and medium type situations. A lot of quarterbacks don't make that throw to the wide side of the field as much as they do to the boundary. So that's the one thing it does. The other thing it does, and I talked about this specifically in that Denver game and the Giants game right after it, where guys were running guys open from the boundary side to the field side.
Mm-hmm.
This last game against the Raiders was a great example because they played 3-by-1 and ran the number 3 guy, which was usually Brock Bowers, from the field to the boundary so many times. And every single time, Reed Blankenship was literally waiting for him. Like, just waiting for him. Like, they're playing cover 3 buzz, where he's just kind of buzzing down, waiting in the middle of the field. The guy coming from the field side to the boundary side typically is just allowed to go, even if he's coming from the outside. Whereas if you're coming from the boundary to the field, the corner has to chase you. And so Adoree Jackson was getting beat when he was playing to the boundary because Quinyon was matched to a guy on the other side or whatever. He was getting beat by those over routes. And now that he's playing to the field, he's able to stay on his side. Quinyon has his guy locked up on the boundary, and Adoree Jackson's able to stay on that side. The other thing that we've seen a lot of, not so much in this last game, but a lot against the Chargers, there were 12 snaps against the Chargers of cover 8. And cover 8 is when you roll a guy over Adoree Jackson, basically, to the field side, and play cover 2 on that side so he doesn't have to play deep. And then you play cover 4 on the other side. 12 snaps of cover 8, no snaps of cover 6. He had been changing it up, but in this game in particular against the Chargers, he didn't have to do any of that stuff against the Raiders. The way they were playing. Chargers, yeah, he didn't have to do any of that against the Raiders because they were just playing that 3-by-1 stuff. So cover 3 was better for that. But that cover 8 stuff tells me I'm going to consciously protect Adoree Jackson from situations that he's not, that he's not as good in. He's talked about how Adoree Jackson's playing a lot better. He doesn't have those negative plays, and credit to the player always. Like, he's playing well. He had been, he made a nice play against Tyler Lockett this last game, etc. But I think that the Quinyon to the boundary thing has been a really nice way to protect Adoree Jackson from some of the things that were giving him trouble earlier. Now, if you were matched up in the playoffs against a team with like a star number 1 receiver,
I'm looking at
do you
these past
change it up
6
at all?
games.
But who are we talking about?
Yeah, because
the Rams have 2 good receivers, and they line up in the slot.
But Devontae Adams might not be.
He might not be. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But they have so much motion in that offense, and Nakua plays in the slot so much that I would say that like Smith and Jigba is probably the main example.
Yeah.
Right. And it was interesting to see last night, Smith and Jigba wasn't getting much done on the outside early in the game, and they started like throwing to him more on the inside. I'm curious it would go if it starts to look like they're trying to match him up on Adoree. But teams that use a lot of motion, like it's a little bit of a myth that you can just like get the matchup you want when you're on defense. Because like Vic will not have the outside corner run with the motion. He's literally never done that. And so like they can get guys off Quinion if they want. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. The one other thing was quarterback scrambles. Like this is something they've talked about a lot. Quarterback scrambles have not been good for the Eagles this year. And I thought that like we haven't talked about Washington at all on this show, but like Marcus Mariota still scrambles a lot. 9th most in the league. He does it somewhat efficiently. The Eagles have struggled with scrambles a lot this year. The opposing quarterbacks scramble against the Eagles, 7% of the dropbacks. That's 3rd most. The EPA per scramble allowed is 5th most, and the success rate is 74%. That's 6th highest in the league. And Vic's talked about in his pressers like how that's been an issue, and a bunch of the players have talked about this as well, EJ, right? Like how they have to worry about the quarterback scrambling. And even Kenny Pickett got like a 1st down scrambling last week. So it's something where the coverage is always very good. This kind of goes with like Vic's philosophy of not worrying so much about the flats, like letting running backs catch the ball on the flat. We'll just tackle. Sometimes that also means you don't have anybody there to play the quarterback when he gets out into the flat.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers game stands out to me as an example of where it was like the only thing that they really had access to.
Yeah,
but
second
like,
half major 1st down scrambles from Herbert.
Yeah, it seems like a tricky thing to fix though because it is like symptomatic of just how they operate on defense.
Yeah, no, exactly. And a lot of times people associate that with playing man. Fangio is playing a little bit more man than before, but a lot of these scrambles are against zone. It's just that
is it like a match situation?
Yeah, you're matching routes, and if it's just a running back releasing to the flat, you're typically letting that go as well, which means that if you're able to, it really is up to the defensive line to rush in a way that doesn't allow for that escape. That doesn't go well with the fact that the Eagles are actually stunting more this year. The Eagles are stunting 18% of the time, which is 12th most in the league. That was lower last year. And so the stunts also make it sometimes you lose contain.
Yeah, you're less disciplined against it. I was going to say, like, it's hard because it's like, what do you pull from with the Eagles defense right now to compensate for it? Or do you just live with it unless you're playing like a very specific quarterback in a high stakes matchup?
Right. And again, maybe when we look at the quarterbacks that are the most likely ones that you're going to be facing in these big games in the playoffs, I mean, Stafford never scrambles, right? Darnold's not really that guy either. Maybe it's not like Goff isn't either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
and Caleb isn't like a run.
He's the most
He's
likely
more like
one.
run to throw guy though. Like,
But he does it.
Yeah, he does it some. Love doesn't really do it.
Right. Purdy a little bit in a different way.
Purdy actually might be like the one that like
in a different way.
that like sneaky way that Purdy does it is exactly like because you're not going to game plan for it, right? And that's kind of what happens with Vic sometimes.
In a different way, you just got his lunch pail when he runs.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
We have another super chat from early on from Claire who says, "Who wears the heaviest crown in sports? Female Eagles fans, shout out to us, Eagles QB or Bo's co-hosts?"
As in, like, who's burdened by...
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah.
Eagles quarterback.
No, I'd say female Eagles fans this week. Had to put up with you.
Well, you guys, but now you're being heteronormative.
What do you mean?
Female Eagles fans can have wives too.
Yeah, but I'm saying you made it sound like
maybe they're in a
women don't watch
relationship
football.
where one of them loves football, the other one doesn't. Don't put that on them.
No, you know what this is.
So, Bo,
you know
5
what the super
o'clock.
chat's referencing.
5
You know what time it is.
5 o'clock kickoff. When do you get like the wife stuff out of the way in the morning? Like, where you say you're done by like 11?
It's not about that. It's about this is a busy weekend. This is a weekend that people need to get stuff done pre-holidays.
And you know how the wives are. They're always on
it's
you.
not just the wives.
I'm gonna stick my neck out here. I'm kind of with Bo because like I like football, but I'm always like my husband's Jets fan, so I'm always like, oh, when's the game so we can like do other stuff.
Yeah. This is a
But is the Jets
the wives aren't
is the
the
Jets
monolith.
really football though? I mean, like that's
throwing wives under the bus.
Guy gets on with Hogue. Oh, Lindsay,
Ridiculous.
did you put in the lower third handsome NFL?
No, that's just been there. I just have like rode with it.
So it was Julia.
Julia must have done it.
Julia did it.
Well, yeah, Bo's trying to impress Hogue and show him what a man he is.
Out of town. Everybody knows where I stand.
You know what time it is?
Oh man.
Go ahead. You got one.
Yeah,
you got
after
one
you,
nugget
David.
you want to get off. Go ahead.
Well, I think I've talked about this before, but like there are 13 teams eliminated from the playoffs already, which is wildly high given that there are 3 weeks left. 5 of the games this weekend involve 2 teams that are already eliminated, which is crazy. There are 3 weeks left. So, Lindsay, you talk about the Jets. The Jets have played 30 games
They're always catching
in the
strays.
last 9 years.
Even on this Eagles show.
30 games in the last 9 years where they were already eliminated when they played the game. They've never been alive mathematically in the last 9 years, going into the last week even. Every other team in the NFL has made the playoffs in that stretch.
Wow.
The Eagles have only played 1 game in which they were already eliminated in the last 9 years, which is the least in the NFC. Only the Ravens and the Steelers have no games at all. And that one game, of course, was the famous the tank game against Washington,
Yes.
which netted the Devontae Smith pick. So just something to be grateful for the holidays is that, the Giants have played 26 games when eliminated in the last 9 years. The Jets, 30. Those are the top 2.
How
And,
about, I don't know like the full list, but I know there's at least 2 quarterbacks who haven't played when their team is eliminated. Another competing podcast I listen
Lamar
to.
Jackson probably is one of them.
That,
'cause-
maybe, but that
'cause the
wasn't one of my
Ravens-
2.
Okay, because the Ravens haven't
Nerds.
had one in the last 9 years. I mean, Jalen.
Like there were games and they didn't like play in them.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
Jalen
Mostly
the other
because they were in the playoffs.
Oh, okay, that's different. Yeah. Okay.
They're
Well,
Tom,
Jalen played in that 2020 game.
Right.
Tom Brady never played when his team was eliminated, and Mahomes same because he won't play this week,
Right.
or he won't play the rest of the
He's
season.
not going to play. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs were one of those teams that didn't have any in that stretch, but now they're going to have 3.
What shows are you listening to, Lindsay?
You
can't-
really
no,
want me
she
to
can't plug
name
her
it? Yeah, I'm not
podcast.
going to plug another podcast on this
Yeah.
podcast.
I know,
She listens to us
I feel
sometimes.
like you're getting two-timed here.
I wouldn't call it
I-
2 times because
I
he's not
listen
listening
to
to
every
us.
minute of this podcast. Actually, more because then I edit stuff, so I got to switch it up.
All right. We're going to be with you tomorrow for full coverage of this game. The Eagles have a chance to clinch their playoff spot. We will have the kickoff show starting probably about 4:20. So toke up and join. And we'll have the halftime show and the postgame show. I believe Vinny Curry's going to be back with us, so that's exciting.
Oh, that is exciting.
Yeah.
And remember to root for a tie in Packers Bears after the Eagles win.
If you could prioritize one non-Eagles result this weekend, what would it be? What would be the one
Packers
thing
Packers Bears tie.
It's a tie.
For sure.
aside from the tie?
See, Packers Bears is the only game
Hmm.
involving the 2 seed, and it's not like the leverage isn't that high because one of them's going to lose.
It's more important about what happens afterwards with whoever wins.
Yeah, but that's like, I think it's
Would you want
it's
a Niners
it's better
loss?
for the Bears to lose because otherwise the Bears would have to lose both of the other 2. I'm not allowed to say if I'm not allowed to say tie, I would say.
Wouldn't you want to just get a Niners loss out there? Because
That Niners loss might not even be needed, though.
okay.
Because it's not the Chicago one; it's the
Okay.
Colts one.
How about a Lions loss just to eliminate?
If I could get any, no, the Lions don't matter.
okay.
There's no scenario in which the Lions matter to the
Okay.
Eagles. Yeah.
Just to get them out of the
But
playoffs.
just to get them
picture.
out of the playoffs. I mean,
Oh,
Avoid
so
the
the
matchup.
so the Eagles
Just so
don't
that-
play them.
Yeah.
No, and also if the Eagles lose a game, they might need the Lions to win out to get the 2 seed.
Okay.
There is a scenario where you need the Lions to be in the tie to overtake Chicago because they lost to Chicago and beat the Lions. But yeah, no, I don't care about the Lions.
Okay.
Why are you guys scared of the Lions?
I'm not scared. They're a better team.
Oh, EJ
feels
mentioned
like.
it too. He was like,
Yeah, I
would
think-
you be worried about the
I
Lions?
think the
coming
way
to
that
the
that
top? I
matchup
don't
went
know.
for them leaves me dubious that they can beat them in the playoffs.
Look, I don't think it's going to be easy against anybody, like
Yeah.
the way the offense is playing. But I mean, the way the defense is playing, I also don't think that any game is unwinnable. And watching that game last night, like it was very entertaining. But just watching it from the perspective of like the Eagles might play these teams, neither one of them made me think like, oh man, you can't beat this team. Maybe because they both had really bad stretches in the game. But
I respect that.
What a week it's been. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like the video, comment, all that good stuff. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, EJ. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Fran.
I kind of liked it when you didn't thank me. It was more fun, more edgy.
Also, what did Fran do to deserve thanks? He's not even here.
Screw everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And as always, we love you, especially the women.
We all silly like the mayor.